Have you ever wanted to have the ability to flag important documents or items in your SharePoint lists and libraries? In Gmail, there is a functionality which allows you to put colored stars next to important emails. In this template, we're going to be able to do the same thing with our SharePoint lists and libraries. This is a really easy to use template that's free, and you can get it set up in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to walk you through all the steps. Now it's time to get SharePoint smart. Okay, this is the template. It's called the Starred Items template, available at SharePointDashboards.com. This is a free formatting template. You can go to the SharePointDashboards.com to sign up if you don't yet have an account. That will give you access to the 21 free templates available at the site. Before we do anything, let's go ahead and just see what this functionality is. This can work either for a SharePoint list or library. And what this lets you do is set up a column where you can flag certain important documents or files, or in the case of a SharePoint list records. And that way you can indicate ones that may be important to you. And further, what you're able to do is use this for filtering purposes. So if your colored stars or icons have a special purpose, you can filter and find just those items. So just using the standard SharePoint list filtering, I can apply filters and bring back just those records. And that's all that we have to do. So that demonstrates the functionality that we're going to set up. In order to use this, we need to have a choice field for this purpose. I recommend you create a choice field called star. And these are the options you need to use for this particular template. So you're going to begin by copying that code in the bottom in the notes section, and then you'll come back over to SharePoint and you can create that column in your list. So I'm going to go and create a new choice field, and I will just select choice and next, and then let me get rid of those options. Actually, it's easier to do this through the list settings screen, so let me do it that way because I want to copy and paste a list of items. So create column, and I will go ahead and go in here. I'm going to call this column star, and that is a choice column. And now I can go ahead and paste in my options. So just select all, paste, and for my default, I don't need a default. I can set it to none. I'll go ahead and leave that, or it can be blank. That's all there is to it for creating the field. Now that I have my field, I can go back to my list where I want to use that icon, and I'm going to go ahead and show that column. So that was called star. So I just need to go through my list and find the new field that I just created. There it is, and apply. And I want that to be the first column. Now we're ready to apply that template. Now on the template, there really aren't very many settings. You can control the color that appears when you hover over the border, or the size. You can adjust that as well if you wish. I'm just going to stick with the defaults there. So just click copy template, and then follow the directions in the box, click OK, and then you come back over to SharePoint and you go to the column header, column settings, format this column, and then click advanced mode, select all, paste, and save. Now what you'll see is a light gray star there. That's to help the user be aware that there's a certain function available when they are clicking on that record, and that will allow you to adjust the record. So go in there, So now when you hover over the star, you'll see that there is a clue that you can change that. So if I click into that, it gives me the drop-down list of options, and I can select any number of options there, and this will be available for filtering as well. So if I have particular important records, I can go ahead and flag those any way I wish. As we demonstrated earlier, I can now go to the column header and do a filter, and I can bring back just records that have star, just the same way that you might do that in Gmail. And then when I'm done with that, I can remove the filter. They're cleared, and now I see all those items. And that's all there is to it. So it's a very easy to set up template that'll help you let your users flag those important items. They can be a list, or it can be used with the document library. I do recommend you use that as the first column. This is a really easy template. You don't have to do any special configuration. All you needed to do is create a choice field, paste in the options that were shown, and then go ahead and apply the template. And that's it. You don't have to make any decisions about the icons or anything like that. Once that's in your list or library, you can then use it for filtering if you want to search for those important records, just by using the names like yellow star, red star. Or you can even do a composite search. You could check multiple items and say, I want any which are the red star and the yellow star and the blue star. You can combine that all together just using regular out-of-the-box SharePoint functionality. This template's free. It's part of the free set of 21 templates that are available. You can just go to the website. All you need to do is provide your name and email address. At that point, you can log in and copy this template, apply it into your own SharePoint site, and use this in any lists or libraries where you find it useful. I hope you like that. I hope you use this starred items template in your SharePoint site soon. Good luck.